Hey, what's up guys? In today's video we are going over our week 10 Supreme Arena defenses. I have 4 team sets to show you guys, ranging from more free-to-play friendly teams all the way to more pay-to-win style teams. Also, I want you to keep in mind, no defense is going to be able to beat everything. There's always something that's going to be able to beat whatever defenses you have set up. So it's just the way the game works. It's a rock, paper, scissors game, so it's just all about your knowledge base and knowing which teams can counter other teams and all that kind of good stuff. So with these videos, I hope that you can, yes, get a full team set or something like that by using an ID, but I'm also hoping that maybe you can get some of your own team ideas, or mix and match teams, because you might see a synergy in one team that I recommend that would also work really well on another team, and things like that. So I'm hoping that yes, you can get a full team, but also maybe mix and match things, and maybe take a team from here, a team from there, and combine and all that kind of stuff. So let's go ahead and get into this, start talking about these teams we have this week. And yeah, the first team that we've got is Kalin, Niru, Thorin, Shamira, and Damon. Thorin is connected to Shamira, providing extra defense and protection. Kalin's offering his protection at the start also. The Niru is doing 2 things. If they use a Lily May, then the Lily May will block the Niru's ultimate, and that will hopefully allow your Shamira to get her ult off without too much trouble. Also, if they don't use a Lily May, then the Niru will give the Shamira an extra life, which will help you if you are up against like a Thalia team or something like that, or a team that targets the hero that's doing the most damage at the start of the fight or whatever. And then we also have Damon on the team, who is providing more attack and all that kind of good stuff, and shielding for Shamira with his buff and all that stuff. So we're going to be using Seismic Spell with this team, and it's a pretty solid team. I've fought against this before, and it beats a variety of different teams, but it does have its weaknesses like every other team. So yeah, that's team 1 for the first set. Team 2 is then going to be an Aaron Olmis, Theodore, Shakir, Citrana team. So you guys have seen me recommend this team before many times, and I kind of like this team because it's gonna, like, we have this infinite front frozen respite thing, and this allows 2 allies to basically come back to life. So what'll happen, let's say Citrana here goes down to 0 HP, she's gonna freeze, and then her health is gonna come back in I forget, like 4 seconds it takes, because you get about, you restore 25% of their max HP per second, and once it's full they come back and they're unfrozen and they can start fighting again. So it takes about 4 seconds once they die to come back. And the dot damage, I feel like, could be really good on a map like this, because the fight's going to last a little longer, and even when the hero comes back from being revived, they might just still have that dot damage on them. I don't know if it's going to clear their debuffs or not, but I feel like this team could work pretty well here. I also have some other cool team ideas for this map, but we'll get into that later. So that's team 2. Team 3 is also, we have this same Frozen Respite Infinite Front thing here on this map also, and this team we're going to run a little bit of a Lily May burst team with Siren, Rowan, and Hugin, and then we have Ravion and Lily. So Lily's going to get a growth stack from the Divine Favor spell. She's also going to get a growth stack from Ravion, and then we have Hugin providing buffs for Siren, who is going to be fed energy at the start of the fight by our Rowan, so he's going to get a quick ultimate. Our Lily should be using Rainstorm Ballet to burst down some of their heroes. Also, Ravion does some decent single target damage himself, and with the survivability that the Light Bearer Phantom provides us, could be a pretty good team. You could swap out Rowan for Perseus if you wanted to, and you'd have a little bit more of a Lily May Perseus one-shot type team. However, Perseus isn't going to have as many growth stacks. Lily's going to be the one with the growth stacks, and then Siren's going to group everyone up, and hopefully Perseus can kind of AoE them down a little bit, and Ravion and Lily can be the single target damage dealers. But you don't need to have Perseus to make this work. You could just use Rowan, like I said, to give your Siren an early ultimate. So that's the first team set. Let me get the next team set pulled up, and we'll talk about that one. So the first team in the second set of teams is another Chimera team, and this is a Pandora Chimera Siren team with Niru and Kallen. And the reason I like this team is because Siren is a hero that starts with 600 energy, and he can get to a pretty quick ultimate in most fights. And in a lot of cases, he's getting to an ultimate in the same amount of time that it would take Pandora to feed my Chimera energy. So Chimera and Siren both getting an ultimate almost back to back is going to be extremely devastating for whatever team is over here. Now they could run like a Lily May to try and block one of the heroes, but you also have Niru in here as Lily May bait, so they'd have to run their own Pandora with a Lily May to like guarantee that they block either Chimera or Siren, because there is times where Siren might do his ultimate pretty much the same time as Lily comes out of the Pandora box, which would then bait her and allow the Chimera to get her ult off. But either way, you're going to get either Siren's ultimate or Chimera's ultimate, and it could be really good. Now, I can't run this team personally because my Pandora is only Supreme Plus, and that means she won't feed a full energy bar to my Chimera if I'm at a Paragon disadvantage, because that's one of the things that the Paragon levels provide is if you're at a Paragon disadvantage, then you won't feed as much energy, or you won't give as strong as a buff or whatever. But if you do have an advantage, you'll feed extra energy than they actually would normally provide. So like, let's say you have, I don't know, 4 Paragon levels higher than somebody else, and you're running a Thador, and he's feeding 350 energy to your teammate. Well, if you have more Paragon levels, he might feed 400 energy. But it also, like I said, works in reverse, to where if you have a disadvantage, then he might only feed 300 energy instead of 350. So you got to keep that in mind when you're running teams like this and using heroes that feed energy and things. So that's team 1. Team 2 is then going to be a Aaron Olmis, Bonnie, Citrana, Thador team. So Thador is going to have Aaron as the lieutenant, and we're going to hopefully have Citrana grant sparks to Thador and everyone else. Bonnie's going to get her dot damage or her aging debuff on the rearmost hero. Citrana, since she's going to be providing sparks to everybody, she should get the whole enemy team ignited through Thador's Dark Moon or through the Phantom's ultimate that he provides. Aaron is another magic damage dealer, so his tornado is going to help spread Bonnie's dot damage or get it activated along with Citrana's dot damage, and this can just be a lot of dot damage for an enemy team to deal with, and it's a decent free-to-play way to run this type of team, and I feel like it could be pretty good on this Frozen Respite map. So that's team 2. Team 3 is then going to be a Lily May, it's basically a Lily May one-shot team with Tassie on it. So we've got Ravion, Faramore, and Leica boosting up our Lily May, and Divine's Favor spell as the artifact. So she's going to start with 4 growth stacks, and that's going to allow her to hopefully basically one-shot a couple heroes on the enemy team. If not a couple, then at least one. And they might be using a Dunliner or something like that, and in that case then the Lily might just take the Dunliner out, and the Bell you don't even have to worry about, which is that's one of the teams I like to run against Dunliners. So this is a team that I don't see a lot of people run Dunliner against, but they might try it, and your Lily could easily take him out, and that would allow your Tassie then to build her energy up, which she's going to gain extra energy because of Divine Favor spell that feeds energy to her, and it could just be a pretty solid team. So if your Lily goes down like after she's killed a hero or two, that means she's provided extra revives for your Tassie, and then maybe Tassie can finish off the fight. So that's the idea behind this team, and that's the second set of teams. So let me pull up the third set, and I'll be right back. Really quick before we move on to the next team set, if you guys were thinking about making a purchase in AFKJourney, you can use my affiliate link in the description below or in the pinned comment, and you'll get 5% extra Dragon Crystals with your purchases. You can just click the Farlight link, and it'll bring you to the website. website. You can buy whatever pack you want. They have all of them here, and you'll get extra dragon crystals, and you'll also be able to support me. So I really appreciate it, guys. Back to the video. So with the third set of teams, we're getting into the more mid-spender, pay-to-win style teams. Now, I did only put one CH hero per team, so hopefully more people have the availability to run these teams. But if you have a lot of CH heroes, you could make substitutions and swaps and things like that to make some of these teams stronger or work a little bit differently and tailor it to your own needs and whatnot for whatever district you're in and all that kind of stuff. So the first team is Twins, Ludovic, Shamira, Damon, and Callan. Callan are offering his protection, Damon offering some nice survivability and an attack boost for Shamira. Shamira doing her thing, blowing people up with her ultimate. Twins doing the thing that the Twins do with their shielding and the energy gain and, you know, all that good stuff that they do. And then we've got Ludovic in here for his healing, and his Everbloom field can kind of be a nice little protection for a hero like Shamira if there's melee heroes on the enemy team, because it'll stun those heroes as they enter it. So can offer a little protection that way, but it also just provides a ton of healing. And yeah, that's the team. Now, if you're worried about somebody using like a Lily May against this team to maybe block the Shamira's ult, I think the Twins should get an ultimate first. But if not, and Shamira does get an ultimate first, you could swap Ludovic out for a hero like Aaron. You could just put Aaron in here, and then he would bait out the Lily May, allowing your Twins and your Shamira to get their ultimates off and everybody else, and you know, it could just be a good way to go about it. So just to be safe and not have to worry about Lily May's kind of screwing up everything. But that's team one. Team two is then going to be the Harak team that I just made a video about the other day, and this has actually been a decent team. I tested it a little bit last week because I had only just discovered it when Supreme Arena was coming to an end. So I did a little testing on offense, and it showed mixed results depending on what team I'm attacking and all that kind of stuff. And it also did kind of decent on defense. It took a little while for the one person I was attacking to actually crack it. So it's pretty good, and it consists of Thedor with Harak as the lieutenant. Then we have Perseus and Lily May with Ravion. So Ravion's going to give a growth stack to Perseus and to Lily May. Perseus is going to get his second growth stack from Divine Favor, and that's all the growth stacks he's going to get at the start. And then Lily's going to get a growth stack from Perseus and also from Divine Favor, so she'll have 3. And that basically allows these two to get a couple heroes to a pretty low HP threshold, which allows Harak to then eat one of them, which in turn lets him grow in strength. And then a hero like Athalia has a lot of trouble one-shotting him once he starts growing in strength, because he gains HP and attack every time he kills a hero or assists in killing a hero. So it works out to be pretty good, and it's beaten a lot of variations of the Athalia Seda teams that people run. So this is a team that hopefully will keep somebody from running a Seda Athalia team against you. So that's team 2. Team 3 is then going to be our Igor Athalia team with Bonnie, Niru, and Siren. And this is just a solid team. You could swap out Siren for Seda if you wanted to. That will keep the Graveborn Phantomal on the battlefield. Or you could do like a Seda Athalia, and I don't know what other Celestial Hypogean hero, Taline maybe. Seda Athalia Taline. You get the CH Phantomal, and then you could have whatever other Graveborns. You could probably just keep Bonnie and Niru in here, to be totally honest. So you could take out Igor, take out Siren, and you could put like Taline and then Seda in here. And that way you'll get Bonnie's dot damage activated pretty quickly still. And you'll also have the Seda Athalia combination, and Taline's going to keep coming back to life constantly anyway. So this could be a really solid team if you have these heroes. But if you don't, you could just do the Athalia, Igor, Bonnie, Niru, Siren team. So that's the third set. Now the next set is going to be basically Team 1 and Team 3 are basically going to be the same. I think they are the same actually. And then Team 2 is a little different. It's a Baelran team. So let me pull that team up and I'll be right back. So with the fourth set, we have the Chimera Twins team again, which we already reviewed. And then as team 2, we have a Baleran team, which has Hugin with Perseus behind him. We also have Divine Favor on this team so that we can provide a second growth stack for Perseus, which will unlock his true damage. And then we have Rowan in here with Baleran and Damien. And Rowan is going to give us some nice burst healing for our Baleran, and then we have Damien's cart to provide us hopefully with some decent sustain heal. And what I'm hoping is most of the fighting occurs on our side of the battlefield, so that because if the Baleran can stay inside the Lightbearer Phantom's area, he's going to be very, very tanky and hard to deal with. And then not only that, since we're on this Frozen Respite map, if the Baleran goes down, he's going to come back with full HP, and he's going to be in a very good spot, I feel like, because he should be at full power then and start doing some big ultimates and big hits and all that kind of good stuff. So yeah, that's the Baleran team that I was talking about. And then team 3 is Igor, Thalia, Bonnie, Niru, Siren again. So could still make the same substitutes that I had mentioned before, and go with the Seda, Taline, Athalia version. So it's up to you, whatever you want to do. But that's the fourth set, and that's the last set of teams for this video. So yeah, I guess that's going to be it for today. Remember, we have the big gala thing coming up with the crossover event. So if you are looking to get 5% extra dragon crystals with your purchases, you can use my link to the Farlight store in the description below or in the pinned comment, and that will also support me and also get you the 5% extra dragon crystals. So I really appreciate it, guys, and if you can, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.
I really like brownies, yeah. It's yummy. I play games with y'all.